Ever noticed that all it takes is a few piano notes from Minecraft, and suddenly you're not sitting at your desk anymore? You're suddenly 12 years old again. It's late at night, and your parents are asleep. The only light in the room comes from your old TV, and you've just finished building a tiny wooden house before zombies started spawning. Nothing important is happening, but somehow those are some of the happiest memories people have. Minecraft isn't the only game people played growing up. There's thousands upon thousands of iconic game soundtracks. So why does C418's music affect people so differently? Why do songs like Sweden, Subwoofer Lullaby, Drake, Tazwell, My Son Venus, and more feel less like video game music and more like memories themselves? The answer has little to do with nostalgia alone, but it has to do with how Minecraft was designed and how C14 accidentally created one of the most psychologically effective soundtracks ever made. Most games never stop making noise. There's battle music, menu music, combat themes, victory music, constant reminders that you're playing a game. Minecraft was different. For long stretches, there was nothing. Just footsteps, maybe some wood breaking, water splashing, cows moving, etc. Sometimes 10 or 15 minutes would pass without any music. That silence is incredibly important. Psychologists talk about something called scarcity. Things that appear rarely become more valuable simply because they're rare. Minecraft's music wasn't background noise, it was an event. You never knew exactly when it would start, and because of that, every time it appeared, your brain paid close attention. Instead of ignoring the soundtrack, you experienced it. Most game soundtracks tell you how to feel. Boss fight, here's exciting music. A sad cutscene, here's some emotional strings. And some victory, here's triumphant bass. Minecraft doesn't really do that. C14's music often feels emotionally incomplete. The melodies are simple, the harmonies are ambitious. Many pieces don't clearly sound happy or sad. They're somewhere in between. Music theorists sometimes describe this kind of writing as emotionally open-ended. Instead of giving you an emotion, it gives you space to insert your own. If you were building something incredible, the music became triumphant. If you were exploring alone, it became lonely. If you were playing with friends, it became warm. The soundtrack adapted without actually changing, but it was you who changed. Let me say that again. The soundtrack adapted without actually changing, but it was you who changed. One of the strongest triggers for memory isn't sight, it's sound. A smell can instantly transport you somewhere. Music can do exactly the same thing. Scientists call this cue-dependent memory. When your brain stores a memory, it also stores parts of the environment around it. The sounds, the lighting, the emotion, years later. Hearing one of those sounds can reactivate the entire experience. Now, think about Minecraft. Players often spend hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours in one world. Those weren't scripted moments, they were your personal moments. Building your first house, finding diamonds for the first time, and then losing all of it in lava, playing with your siblings and talking to your friends on the Xbox 360 party chats for hours upon hours, celebrating birthdays, escaping difficult days at school, growing up. Every one of those moments was occasionally accompanied by C14's music. The soundtrack became woven into people's own lives, not the game's story, their story. This is probably Minecraft's biggest difference from almost every other game. There isn't really a main character. There aren't lengthy cutscenes, no dramatic dialogue, no emotional speeches, and no predefined journey. Minecraft doesn't tell you who you are, you decide. That changes everything. Whenever people remember the games they used to play, they remember their main characters, like in Halo, Master Chief. But when people remember Minecraft, they remember themselves. The music isn't reminding you about a fictional story, it's reminding you of your own childhood, and that is an incredibly powerful distinction. If you actually listen really closely, C14's compositions aren't especially flashy. They're often built from simple piano phrases, gentle synthesizers, soft pads, minimal percussion, sometimes almost no percussion at all. There's lots of space and lots of repetition. Nothing is trying to impress you, but ironically, that's exactly why it works. The music feels human, almost homemade, which fits Minecraft perfectly. Minecraft itself is built from cubes, simple textures, simple animations, simple sounds. Everything leaves room for imagination, and the soundtrack follows exactly the same philosophy. Instead of overwhelming the player, it invites them to participate. There's another reason these songs hit so hard today. Minecraft became popular during a very specific era for so many people, before smartphones dominated everyday life, before endless short form videos, before notifications every few minutes. Many childhood Minecraft sessions lasted hours, and no objectives, no optimizations, no pressure, just wandering, just building, and just exploring. Talking with friends and modern life often feels so much faster. So when someone hears Sweden today, they're not just remembering Minecraft. They're remembering what it felt like to have time. Time to be bored, time to experiment, time before adulthood became complicated. The music became a doorway into a version of themselves that no longer exists. C418 has mentioned over the years that Minecraft's soundtrack wasn't originally intended to become this cultural phenomenon. It was simply music made to fit in an unusual game. Neither he nor anyone else could have predicted what Minecraft would become, but sometimes the best art isn't carefully engineered. Sometimes it's created when the right music meets the right game at exactly the right moment in history. Millions of children around the world experience nearly identical quiet moments alone in this blocky landscape while hearing the same gentle piano melodies. That shared experience created something much bigger than a soundtrack. It created a collective memory. People often say they miss old Minecraft and how it was way better back then. But maybe that's not entirely true. The game still exists, the music still exists. What's changed is us. The song reminds us of a time when the future felt enormous, when every new world was an adventure, when building a little dirt house before sunset felt somehow important. C418's music isn't powerful because it's sad, or happy, or nostalgic. It's powerful because it quietly became the soundtrack to millions of ordinary moments that years later turned out to be extraordinary. And maybe that's why just a few notes are enough to bring so many people back home. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and make sure to like and subscribe so I can keep posting content like this.